泊尔总理奥利做客高端访谈，他表
BRI is a project which is to share prosperity and to support other countries also who are left behind.
他高度赞赏习近平主席提出的3大全球倡议。
That he is an exemplary leader, not only for China, but also for the world.
他说，他对两国关系发展寄予厚望。
It will live a new history. It will develop.
高端访谈专访尼泊尔总理奥利，敬请收看。
Prime Minister Ali, thank you so much for joining us on Leaders Talk and welcome to China. This is your third official visit to China as the Prime Minister of Nepal. So can you share with us some of the major outcomes and specific goals that you hope to achieve this time?
Thank you very much for organizing this interview program. This is my third time as the Prime Minister in China. High-level visits itself is an achievement itself. We had high-level exchanges with the President Xi Jinping and were very good and fruitful. We reached in conclusion that we signed some 9 about 10 agreements.
Right.
That is very important under the BRI. BRI is a project which is to share prosperity and to support other countries also who are left behind. It's a good program, very important program proposed by China. Very many countries are now embraced in this project, and Nepal also is inside this program, the part of this program. So many development projects and others and financial supports agreements were made yesterday. This morning I addressed Beijing University.
Yes.
So that was another important program, and so far I think this visit's outcome are very excellent, very fruitful visit.
Mr. Prime Minister, you have described the development achievements of China as miracle in the history of human progress, and you have expressed hope to learn more about experiences from China. How do you understand China's path towards modernization?
Some time before, I addressed to the Beijing University, where the May 4th movement was started. A new democratic consciousness and commitment was started to change China from a feudalistic one to modern and developed China, prosperous China, with happy Chinese people. The establishment of the Communist Party in 1921 was the most important turning point in the Chinese history. And after that, it concentrated all efforts for economic development. Now, getting success perfectly. It is multi-dimensional success. So far, I think China's development is complete and comprehensive in the field of education, in the field of health, in the field of economic development, in the field of infrastructure, in the field of modern science and technologies development, and modernization of entire society in the field of agriculture, in the field of industry, in the field of trade and commerce.
尼泊尔位于喜马拉雅山南麓，是南亚的内陆山国。世界第一高峰珠穆朗玛峰连接中国与尼泊尔，成为中尼两国世代友好的天然纽带。中尼之间有着上千年的友好交往历史，文明交流连绵不绝。1955年8月1日，尼泊尔与中国建交，中尼传统友谊和友好合作不断发展。2019年，习近平主席对尼泊尔进行历史性国事访问，两国关系提升为面向发展与繁荣的世代友好的战略合作伙伴关系， 中尼关系进入历史新阶段。2024年12月3日，习近平主席在会见来华进行正式访问的尼泊尔总理奥利时表示，愿同尼方秉持建交初心，巩固传统友谊，推动中尼面向发展与繁荣的世代友好的战略合作伙伴关系取得新的更大发展。
During your meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, President Xi called for advancing strategic partnership or cooperation with Nepal. Mr. Prime Minister, what are some of your major takeaways from your meeting with President Xi?
Most important thing was the friendship shown by the President Xi to me and through me to Nepal. The friendship is most important thing. If there is friendship, then everything is there. Talks between me and President Xi were very fruitful to develop our friendly ties between our two countries, as well as for the cause of international poverty alleviation, etc., and international development, economic development, and for global peace as well.
During the meeting, you told President Xi that there are no issues, only friendship between China and Nepal. So what do you think are some of the key factors that enriched and sustained this time-honored friendship between the two nations for all those years?
Our friendship is old friendship since many years, beyond the history was begun perhaps. At the present times, our friendship is developing each and every day, and multidimensional development of this friendship is important. And there are economic, political, cultural, social, and environmental questions and others as well. Issues we talked were very important for our two countries, our relationship, and for other countries as well.
Well, a milestone event between our two countries was this historic state visit by President Xi to your country in 2019. And at that time, you warmly received him as the then Prime Minister of Nepal. So what do you think, Mr. Prime Minister, are some of the major progress made on the trajectory of the relation since then?
His visit to Nepal in 2019 was a historical one. It created a new history. It created like a milestone on the relationship of between our two countries. His visit proved that he is a genuine good friend of Nepal, and China is a really trustworthy, friendly country to Nepal.
And you have praised President Xi as not only an outstanding leader for China, but also a remarkable leader that has won the respect of the people of Nepal and the world. Since you have met with him a couple of times, what is your impression of President Xi as a leader? And how do you understand his political philosophy?
Firstly, under leadership of President Xi, China developed very fast. He brought out from poverty those huge population within a short span of time. That is very unchallengeable and unprecedented history. President Xi developed in all spheres of life, social life, economic development, development and well management of statecraft, mobilizing his party as well. Perfectly. And I found people are happy. In this regard, his leadership is very successful. He is a visionary leader because his visions, 10 years before he presented, now are materialized. He is a proven, successful, dynamic, and visionary leader. And he is an example among the leaders, that he is an exemplary leader, not only for China, but also for the world. In my opinion, his vision is multidimensional in political, economic, national, international, climate change issues, global warming, etc. And all in these areas, his vision is perfect.
Well, as we know that next year, 2025, marks the 70th anniversary of diplomatic relations between our two nations. So how do you envision taking the opportunity to further advance the bilateral tie to an even higher level?
Yeah, this is very important year for us, and we'll exchange high-level visits and exchange opinions, ideas, etc. As well as we'll exchange what we can do for each other, to supporting each other. We'll celebrate from various or many ways, organizing different programs, exchanging different programs to develop our bilateral ties in the level of government and in the level of people-to-people relations. China has declared that visit Nepal year for 2025 to develop, to contribute in the development of Nepal's tourism sector.
Right.
And it is very important. And this year, coming year, will be a year of like a milestone. It will live a new history. It will develop.
Well, as you previously mentioned, that a very important cooperative agreement is expected to sign between the governments of our two nations, focusing on the framework of the Belt and Road cooperation. How do you understand the importance in enhancing the synergy of development between our two nations?
This time, we signed BRI implementation framework, and it is very important agreement, which is like an umbrella agreement under which there will be so many projects and will reach under agreements project-wise, and those agreements will be implemented and practiced. But this is umbrella agreement which covers all the areas: political, economic, social, cultural,
That's
and
right.
educational and health.
Yes.
And infrastructure development, etc.
在尼泊尔中西部卡尔纳利省苏尔凯特地区，当地人一直有个北水南调的梦想，建设一条生命河，将北边水资源丰富的巴瑞河水引到南边旱涝不均的巴贝河，在旱季灌溉农田，在雨季调节水量。然而，横在两条河流之间的高山，让这个梦想变得遥不可及。2019年4月，由中国企业承建的尼泊尔巴瑞巴贝引水隧道，比预期提前7个多月实现贯通，被当地媒体誉为尼泊尔工程史上的奇迹。这个尼泊尔国家骄傲工程项目，未来将能够为当地灌溉5.1万公顷的农田，实现水力发电，缓解当地居民的生产生活困难。
Actually, multiple joint projects has been implemented in Nepal in the past years, and one of them is the Beri Babe irrigation project, which is one of its first kind of interbasin water transfer project. So, can you tell us a little bit more about the project?
Beri Babe project, the Chinese company took the responsibility of construction of the tunnel particularly, and we hope that it is continue, and from Nepal side will create a conducive atmosphere to complete this project as soon as possible.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, Prosperous Nepal, Happy Nepali is the vision that you have put forward as the key agenda of your government. Well, this vision focuses not only the prosperity of the nation, but also a dignified life of people, along with safety, peace, as well as rights. So can you elaborate on some of the key strategies to fulfill the goal?
Our goal is prosperous Nepal, happy Nepali. Our country should be prosperous. It means people should be prosperous. And the benefit of prosperity should people get with a feeling of, with policy of equality. Equally, all people must get benefit, shared future, shared benefit, shared prosperity, as President Xi Jinping says.
Yes. President Xi proposed the community of shared future for mankind.
For global, in global level also, he said.
That's right.
And BRI is for that. And there are development initiatives and others as well. And we are part of that also. And in Nepal, I proposed Prosperous Nepal, Happy Nepali. This slogan is not just slogan, but it is aim of our entire work. The meaning of happiness are two. One, immediate happiness. Like if somebody gives a flower to somebody, then he or she can be happy
Definitely.
for the time. But that doesn't last longer.
Then what is life like?
Lifelong
Long-term
happiness for this, we need biological and humanitarian fulfillment of those needs, one thing. Second, prosperity. We must get that. Genuine desires of people. And there must be equality and social justice.
Well, actually, your visit this time to China might be interpreted in various ways, especially by some foreign and Western media, especially given the unique geographic location of Nepal.
And our slogan is, and our policy is, friendship with all and enmity with none. We have no enemies, we have friends. In whose eyes, that is the question of their own eyes, how they see the things. As a sovereign country and politically independent country, we are free to decide our internal and external policy matters. And we are free to implement like other countries. Which media's attitude is what? We are not guided by those media's comments or anything. But we are guided, firstly, by our national interest. Secondly, we are guided by justice. We follow justice. We do not care what others say, but we know well that what we have to do. We have friendly ties with China. And Nepal and China are old friends. And continuously our friendship is developing, deepening, widening, and it will go ahead in the same way of the strengthening and widening as well.
Mr. Prime Minister, because during your speech at the UNGA this September, you emphasized that now the world is at a watershed moment. And this assertion is actually in line or resonate with the vision of President Xi, which is the world is undergoing profound changes unseen in a century. So with this context in mind, how do you understand the significance of the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, and the Global Civilization Initiative proposed by President Xi?
All are important. Because if economic development is not there, other type of security, without economic security, nothing can be secured. Hungry people can do anything. Economic prosperity is the first. We want to make the people happy. To be happy, each and every person of the world must feel that he or she is safe. There must be justice. There must be equality. That will lead to the peaceful world, prosperous and happy. And safe for somebody, unsafe and always living in fear for others is not a situation of peace. For global peace also, should China's efforts on these questions, internal and external, justice and peace. These slogans and these actions, these practices, I love, I like.
Prime Minister Oli, this time during your visit, a MOU was signed between China Media Group together with Public Service Broadcasting Nepal Television. In what way do you believe media cooperation like this will help to foster cultural exchanges and mutual understanding between the two nations?
Yeah, this agreement will contribute to understand each other, understand each other's cultures, each other's social values as well. Entire society, to understand entire society, it helps through the media, and the cooperation between the medias is very important, so that people will not be misguided, misinformed, disinformed, and they will get exact, proper and right informations. Mm-hmm. This is very important. In different levels and different types of exchanges, they can contribute to develop friendly ties of our two countries and two societies.
Prime Minister Oli, you have experienced many ups and downs both in your political and personal life, and you're now living with 2 transplanted kidneys. So can you share with us some, or what do you think is the primary source of strength that keeps you going, especially in those struggling times?
In my very young age, when I was 13, 14 at that time, I got ideas, inspirations from my grandmother and my guardians, as well as from my teachers, that we must follow the truth. Mm-hmm. Not every time truth may win, but finally truth will win. I believed that, and I jumped in the moment, political struggle, right. And I was successful, because at that time when I started near about 60 years before, then at that time the era was like very dark. In that situation, I joined the struggle and I led after that. And I'm satisfied that we are able to bring changes in the political movements. And we change the political system, monarchies topple down, according to our situation we did. But rest, we have to achieve economic development and other aspects, social development as well.
And finally, because as we know, New Year is approaching, so do you mind taking this opportunity to express your wishes to China and also the people here?
Of course, I would like to extend my best wishes to the leadership and all entire Chinese people for their good health and prosperity, their happiness on the occasion of this New Year 2025. I would like to, and on the occasion of New Year's holidays, I wish them their happiness is very precious on that holiday. On behalf of entire Nepali people also, I extend my best wishes.
Mr. Prime Minister, thank you so much for these warm wishes, and thank you so much for sharing with us your very insightful perspectives. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much.